story we've been following for some time, the fate of 6 children. As we've been telling you, those 6 orphans were to be flown to the U.S., but over the weekend, they were seized by Haitian authorities and placed in government custody. That after the 3 women were to take the children to America, were accused of having papers with a fake authorization signature from the Prime Minister. The women were detained for 9 hours, the children taken away. But tonight, it seems a happy ending. Tonight, we have an important update to tell you. Gary Tuckman is live from Haiti with all the new details. Gary, tell us, what have you learned?
Well, Jessica, the Haitian government says it was a miscommunication. Today, the Prime Minister of this country and the U.S. Ambassador smoothed it all over. And tonight, a very happy reunion at the U.S. Embassy here in Port-au-Prince. The 6 orphans back with the 3 women who will take them to their new families in Florida tomorrow. Police detaining these women over the weekend, saying there was a fraudulent signature, but that was all wrong. As it turns out, it was right. The signature was good, but the orphans were separated from the women, brought to an orphanage they'd never been to before. The women were allowed to visit the orphans over the last 72 hours, but a big scare today. They went to visit before the approval. The orphans were gone. They had disappeared. Well, what happened was they sent them to a new orphanage, the people at the first orphanage, and never told anybody. But U.S. Embassy personnel found them, brought them to the women at the embassy, and we had the great honor of taking the 3 orphans, or the 6 orphans, that is, and the 3 women in our CNN van, because they didn't have a ride at all. They had a friend's house they had to go to, and we brought them there this evening. I'd now like to introduce you to these 6 little boys who've gotten approval to go to the United States. And this right here is Sarah Thacker. Sarah is the mother of little Reese. There's 3 women who were detained. There are several parents who are going to get the 5 other children, but this is Sarah's son. How do you feel right now, Sarah?
Fantastic.
It was a wild couple of days for you, wasn't it?
It required a lot of patience and strength to get through it. Yep.
I mean, today, when you went to the orphanage and your kids weren't there, that was very frightening, wasn't it?
It was very frightening. Yeah.
But it's all ended up happily.
It's all ended up happy.
Okay, well, this is Stephanie over here, and this is Maria. Maria works at the orphanage and helped raise all these children. Maria won't be going to Florida with them. You seem very happy right now.
I am. I am so excited.
Tell us who all these kids are and where they're going. Okay. First of all, start here.
This is Jeff and Jeff's younger brother, Simon. Are you going to say hi, Jeff?
And they're going where?
They're going to Montana.
Okay, and this young man?
This is Ben, and Ben will be going to Minnesota.
Okay, this young man who's sleeping?
This is Albert, and Albert is going to Iowa.
Okay, and this young man who I'm holding?
That's Malachi, and Malachi is going to Pennsylvania.
You're going to Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. That's very good. And of course, this is Reese, and Reese is going to the great state of
Minnesota.
And the great town of
Fergus Falls.
Fergus Falls, Minnesota. So everyone, these are the young little boys going home tomorrow. So congratulations to all of you. It's been a tough time, but these are some very, very grateful people. Now, the women in these orphans were supposed to leave this Saturday. When they got to the airport, a huge number of Haitian men and women started surrounding them and said, "Don't steal our children, don't kidnap our children, you missionaries." The police ultimately came. What this is a result of is the people here, many people are very scared and fearful and angry about the 10 U.S. missionaries who were arrested and charged with kidnapping. And Haitian authorities have been very careful now at allowing adopted children to leave the country. But these women were never charged with anything. They were detained for 9 hours, and as it turns out, they were 100% right, handled it all correctly, and tomorrow night at this time, when you're all watching Anderson Cooper 360, these 6 children will be with their new moms and dads in the United States of America. Jessica?
Great story, Gary. Thanks for bringing us a happy ending on that one. Gary Tuckman from Haiti.